Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Professor Tahir Saghir, Executive Director, Nicvd, invited the Cpsp President, Professor Khalid to visit the National Institute of Cardiovascular Diseases along with his delegation on Saturday, 6th of June 2026. The Cpsp delegation included Professor Khalid Gundal, President Cpsp, Professor Mohammad Shoaib Shafi, Senior Vice President Cpsp, Professor Amreen Afzal Ehsan, Vice President Cpsp, Professor Mohammad Masroor, Treasurer Cpsp, Professor Muhammad Amir Zaman Khan, Director General Medical Education Cpsp, Professor Syed Khalid Ashrafi, Councillor Cpsp, Professor Aisha Siddiqa, Region Director Quetta Cpsp, and Professor Major General Wasim Ahmed Khan, Councillor Cpsp. The delegation was welcomed by Professor Tahir Saghir, Executive Director, Professor Javed Akbar Sayal, Professor Khwaja Amin Muhammad, and the faculty of Nicvd. In his address, Professor Tahir Saghir mentioned that the foundation stone of Nicvd was laid in 1963. The institution has progressed a lot in the last 63 years. He appreciated Cpsp for supporting more than 10 disciplines at Nicvd, both in first and second fellowship programs. Currently, more than 350 postgraduate trainees are being supervised by more than 60 supervisors. He introduced Professor Saeed Ashraf, OBE, to the audience and congratulated him on receiving the recent honor in the UK. Professor Mohammad Shoaib Shafi, Senior Vice President, in his address appreciated Nicvd for providing healthcare services to the poor and compromised population of interior Sindh, saying Nicvd is providing exemplary services. He invited the consultants of Nicvd to support Cpsp in initiating new fellowship programs. Professor Khalid Gundal, President Cpsp, thanked the Executive Director and the faculty members of Nicvd for inviting him. He shared the vision of Cpsp during his address and presented the updates of Cpsp both at the national and the international level. He presented the details of the competency-based programs of Cpsp. The college is discussing with the Royal College UK, Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons Canada, Saudi Council for Health Specialties, and Kuwait Institutes of Medical Specialties for cooperation and collaboration in assessment, evaluation, and exchange of postgraduate trainees and examiners. He appreciated Nicvd and its consultants for supporting Cpsp in all its academic activities. He presented the details of the Cpsp Accredited institution both within and out of Pakistan, the number of postgraduate trainees and supervisors, and the first and second fellowship programs being conducted by Cpsp. The President Cpsp congratulated Professor Saeed Ashraf, who received the OBE, that is Order of the British Empire Award, for the services rendered in the field of cardiovascular surgery. Souvenirs were presented to the members of the delegation of Cpsp by the Executive Director Nicvd. The President Cpsp presented the history book to Professor Tahir Saghir, Professor Javed Akbar Sayal, and Professor Saeed Ashraf. President Cpsp and his delegation also visited the adult and pediatric ICU facilities, OPD facility, and the imaging facilities available at Nicvd. The visit concluded with the commitment that both the institutes will work together for the betterment of healthcare services in Pakistan. In the afternoon, the President Cpsp, Professor Khalid Gundal, had the meeting with the Cpsp Health Services selected trainees for the July 2026 induction. 94 trainees have been selected in the specialty of anesthesia, emergency medicine, general medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, ophthalmology, pediatrics, psychiatry, general surgery, trauma and orthopedic surgery. The President Cpsp addressed from Karachi through video connectivity with Ahmedabad, Quetta, Multan, Hyderabad, Islamabad, Lahore, Peshawar, and Faisalabad centers. The President, along with the Senior Vice President, Professor Mohammad Shoaib Shafi, and members of the Council, advised his students to be the real representatives of Pakistan and the institution and respect the norms and culture wherever they are, learn how to serve the humanity, stay there for 2 years, and they are expected to learn soft skills along with working in the good environment and compulsorily come back to Pakistan and serve the people of Pakistan. The feedback of the students was very encouraging, as the selection is purely merit based and they are committed to come back after 2 years to serve their country. Thank you.